This video I introduce reinforcement learning from human feedback for GPT fine-tuning. Large language models often express unintended behaviors since the models are trained to predict the next topic on a web page from the internet, but not on the user's instructions. Reinforcement learning from human feedback fine-tunes the pre-trained models to align language models with users' preferences by using human feedback to train reinforcement learning. In the first step, we use label data to pre-tune the pre-trained model with supervised learning. Second step, we use the human ranked output to train our real-world model. And in the last step, we combine the trained real-world model and the reinforcement learning policy to find the optimal policy that generates the outputs close to the human preferences. Here we use the real-world model, use this output as the input to generate the real-world that uses as human feedback to fine-tune the reinforcement learning policy. Now we show how can we combine human preferences into real-world model, given a context X. And then we use this language model to generate 4 outputs. Human labeler ranks this output and then use the human ranked output to train the real-world model. Here we use the Ridley-Terry model to find the best output from this output. And then we use this model to define a loss function. And then we use this loss function to train the real-world model. After we trained the real-world model, we can find the optimal policy by fine-tuning the real-world reinforcement learning policy pi. But want to keep pi from moving too far away from the pre-trained model rule. So we add a penalty term, a Kullback-Leibler divergence. So this is the second term, just to make sure the pi not moving too far away from the pre-trained model rule. Given context X, here we use the pre-trained model rule as the initial of the policy pi. And then generate the output, the real-world model uses output as the input to generate this real-world. And then we use the real-world as the human feedback to define the loss function. We use this loss function to train the reinforcement learning policy to find the optimal policy. For more details, please check with this reference. Thank you. Bye.